It's the NFL on EA Sports. Stevenson. He was stellar a week ago, piling up the yards and finding pay dirt twice. It's the Pats and the Commanders, and it's coming.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his 3rd season now out of Alabama.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down, so this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Running left is Stevenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Jones. Just a yard out of it. And it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there, knocking it away, and preventing that first touchdown.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. On now the rookie 4th-round pick, Chad Ryland, for the Patriot field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Commanders' offense set to go to work, and they're led by the veteran who's bounced around a bit in season number 8 now. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. The all-pro return man Marcus Jones deep for New England. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, them still on the dock.
Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. It's taken to the 26. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Brissett. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. As they start 1st and 10. Here's Strong to begin the drive. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, right back to Strong. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. A quick throw, but incomplete. Tyquan Thornton, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. You talk about this Washington defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL.
But at 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Washington ready to try again on offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd down, Brissett. Open man is Samuel, complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Washington 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. We'll get this up to about the 44. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, something more later on.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll run with Gibson. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the 1st before he's tackled. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
1st down, Commanders.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots 46-yard line.
They're going to motion Dotson to the left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start with a handoff to Strong. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Off play action. Jones. He'll find Aguilar complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Jones now. Off play action. And that will be incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Second down and a yard. And McLaurin, the motion man right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it. Not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think.
Touchdown, Washington! Mike Gesicki, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Nick Folk for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England's offense set to go. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. And make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Jones on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Patriots at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Washington on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Parker's got it. Touchdown, New England. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Patriots are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And we are even at 10 apiece.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now we'll see what the big tight end Mike Gesicki and the rest of the offense has in store.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line, a 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Gibson again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Gibson here running out of the gun. Pushing through to contact. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back.
New England trying to get a place on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 3rd down and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On the draw is Stevenson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Right
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing, Brissett. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, Brissett. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Jones. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. 1st down, Brissett. And incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They thought he can win every battle.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Brissett. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lock one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to pump the football.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Jones, a final shot before break. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Anytime you hear the term an explosive run, most teams I know define that as any run over 10 yards, and they got that and more. How about a lot of credit for the big guys up front? That offensive line firing out, creating plenty of space, and a big run ensued.
And another fine run there. This one good for 15. He's come out on a mission here to start this drive. Another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first down throw for Brissett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out. With his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Strong. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And the Patriots, first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
Off the play fake, Jones. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 48.
Again, it's Stevenson. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 40-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Off play action. Jones. How about this? And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Commanders' 23-yard line.
Off the play fake, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll look to throw again. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now the Washington offense heading out. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That's caught. It's Shi Smith. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To the right side, this is Stevenson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
49-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Brissett. And his throw here's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On the counter, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Brissett. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Commanders have retaken a third-quarter lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Patriots 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control of that. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and forever. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Ball 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here's Brissett.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he goes out right around the 39. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for Washington. Jones on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Second down and 8. They run once more with Stevenson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Back to throw. Jones.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 40-yard line. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run with Gibson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Brissett.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 16. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Brissett.
Back to Gibson and another catch for him.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Brissett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New England's offense set to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
That's caught by Parker. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Here's Jones throwing on first down. Short pass caught by Henry. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Chad Ryland for the Patriots field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose, as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll go again with Gibson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So now Jones and the Patriots down by 8. A little under 1:50 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. That's caught by Thornton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw is Jones. Complete. It's Henry. And he's brought down. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Well, now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Completion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
That's interference. Defense.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Here now, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Jones. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. Now Jones. And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They got the touchdown, could not, however, get the two-point conversion to cap it, and they're still down by a pair. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often. Not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England.
So for the Commanders,
the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle